Hi, Mike. Welcome to my home, my humble abode here in Caribou, Maine, where we've already had 24 inches of snowfall. So we are certainly in store for a white Christmas. So this is my first time doing a summative review via video. So I certainly welcome your input and look forward to any feedback that you can provide me. I am hoping via this video that I'm able to encompass all of the takeaways that I have pertaining to HRD 630, facilitating the adult learner. I want to begin by talking about our first class and my reflection as I drove away that night in terms of the facilitation of the class and the learners within it. It began by you, of course, reading a very meaningful poem, one that still has such an effect on you to this day. What you did in terms of showing your emotions opened it up and allowed us to be able to connect with you on a very personal level. And I thank you for that. As we moved into our own presentations, our personal stories, I found myself listening and able to connect and relate to some of the stories others shared, and found myself thinking, how can Mike, as the facilitator, bring in a group of learners who come in to this environment with a variety of life experiences and responsibilities and different skill sets and knowledge, and make us feel connected. That is a true indicator of a good facilitator. I don't think I really realized that until now, until I was able to participate, be an active participant in presenting or facilitating a group discussion via my readings or through the discussion boards and the discussions that were held throughout the semester. What I came in with in terms of facilitating are just based on the ones that I have attended in the past. And some of them have been very good. And what makes them good is the facilitator and how engaged they are in this process. In terms of when there are breakup groups, or we break out into groups and have dialogue within our groups, that the presenter, the facilitator, is engaged by walking around or observing or interjecting when asked. Truly just being present within this facilitation piece and bringing us all back together in an open forum to be able to discuss it in a very reflective way. I think for this all to happen, and what's important is that you incorporate ground rules, that we're mindful and thoughtful, that we create an environment of respect, one that is welcoming, that's inviting, one that understands the audience in which we're presenting or trying to facilitate to understand that they come together with different experiences, some very unique to others, but invite and encourage the understanding and the respectfulness one deserves. How we do that, and in my case, was via the talking circle, while others chose to pair off or put people in groups to discuss and dialogue the particular topic at hand, but then bringing everybody back together as an open forum of discussion to really try to understand and the various aspects of the dialogue that had taken place. I think with my facilitation, and you were spot on in the review that you gave me, and your philosophy of not wanting anybody to feel uncomfortable or embarrassed. And I did put people at risk of that, and which is really so not like me, because I want people to feel comfortable. So I will definitely take heed and be very cognitive of the next time I facilitate a group. You touched upon teaching and kind of had us, if we could describe what teaching means to us. And I really want to fall back on Carl Rogers' theory of emotional intelligence. I think he really touches upon some various things within facilitation that is important in his theory in terms of interpersonal responsibilities, and that we try to provide connections with one another. And as a teacher, we have the true desire for the student to be successful. And we as teachers are there to learn with them. It's a teacher, learner process. We come together wanting to learn more from one another, not the teacher as an expert. We want teachers and students want to see them as being worthwhile, and that they have something to contribute. I think that's important. And Carl Rogers, with his emotional intelligence, really taps into some of that theory behind it. And how we can do that as teachers is by being attentive, by providing a dialogue in which each voice feels heard. The ability to negotiate with the learners is an important aspect. To be reflective in your teaching methods and how you're teaching, your pedagogies, how you evaluate your teaching to your learners, whether it be through the critical incident questionnaire that was discussed throughout the book, and really wanting to evaluate your teaching skills to the learners. I think it's important as a teacher that we know and understand that the learners come in with a different skill set and different knowledge, and that we guide them in a non-threatening, unforced way. This is important for learners to feel connected, to feel respected, to feel comfortable. Because once you can connect with a student, the learning can then begin. And I think that's crucial for teachers or facilitators to be able to do in a learning center. So I close with my takeaways being that teachers and facilitators need to recognize that we all have something to give, that we all have stories, that we all have passion in the sense that as a teacher, you're teaching to the heart of students. And when you teach to the heart of students, it can provide passion, the passion for learning, the passion to give, the passion to contribute. We want to nurture the learning that's involved in the classroom. And to do that, that comes from heart and a true desire to see success for your students. So I close with this, Mike. As I continue with my journey professionally, I will be cognizant of understanding who I'm talking with, how to dialogue with them, how to be present with them, how to make them feel welcomed, and how to encourage them to use their voice. The environment that we provide our learners should be welcoming, should be respectful, and we need to recognize that their life experiences can bring value to all of the learners. It's how we tap into that and encourage that spark within them to be able for them to tell their stories. So I walk away with a desire and a certainty that I really focus on the heart of the learner. And once I can tap into that heart, I know the learning can begin. So thank you. I wish you a very Merry Christmas. And again, I look forward to your feedback. Thank you, Mike.